The following Jackass Nation production is powered by Cinelinx. Cinelinx.com, your one stop for your news, reviews, editorials, and more. Keep it on Cinelinx.
Man, this beat is tough. Coming to you from the Kayfabe studio in Highland Park, Texas. He was born in Seaside Heights, New Jersey. Raised by Wilson Fisk on the streets of Hell's Kitchen, New York, and did his studies in FABOLOUS Sin City, Las Vegas. He's straight out of Compton and brought to you in part by the Offshoots Network. He's pro wrestler, four-time MPX Tag Team Champion, writer, podcaster, bringing you his opinions on film, TV, professional wrestling, sports, and everyday life. He is the Jersey Jackass, B to the C. And you're listening to It Is What It Is with the Jackass. On tonight's show, top 5 summer movies and a review of Game of Thrones episode Eastwatch. And now, your host, the Jackass. Yo, 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 it is what it is, and what it is what it is with the Jackass, and I am your host, the one, the only, the Jersey Jackass, your boy, B to the C. Get at me on Twitter, Snapchat, Facebook, Instagram, whatever the social medias out there that you use are. Get at me at RealJackassBC. That's RealJackassBC. And join the conversation by using the hashtag IiWiIJA. Guys, I want to thank once again Cinelinx for powering It Is What It Is, as well as the Offshoots Nation and the rest of the Jackass Nation for throwing this up there, guys. What's going on? We have another brand new episode. It is episode 101, and it's another fun one. Once again, Matt has joined me to review Game of Thrones and talk the box office, so y'all get ready for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. And we're going to talk a little bit about my top 5 favorite movies of the summer. But that's not all, guys, because tonight on SCNS Live, we are also talking the top movies of the summer. So make sure you guys are out there. Come check out. Here you can check out my top 5. And then tonight on SCNS, you can check out everyone's as we go a little more in depth on it. So get ready for that, guys. What's going on, man? It's another great day here at the Kayfabe studio. Things are going good. I have been in the middle of my rewatch of The Defenders, which has been absolutely incredible. I've really enjoyed Jessica Jones the second time around. Daredevil is still definitely my favorite, but Luke Cage is so close up there, man. It's so good. I haven't completely finished yet, and I'm worried that I'm not actually going to finish before Defenders starts tonight at 2 a.m. I still have to get through, at the time of recording this, I still have 7 episodes of Luke Cage, 1 episode of Daredevil, and the entire season of Iron Fist, all to get through. As well, I got to go through a little bit of NXT because we have to record Go Home for this weekend, and I am not all caught up. I am caught up on Raw and SmackDown, finally, but I'm not caught up on NXT, and we know we have NXT TakeOver this weekend, where I do know my girl Ember Moon will be fighting for the NXT Women's Championship. She is going to finally defeat Asuka. At least I think she is. That's where my money is. Spoiler alert for Go Home. I'm putting my money on Ember Moon. But this past weekend, guys, was pretty awesome. I debuted at a new company. Well, I didn't really debut. I've been there before, but I am now officially on the roster of East Texas Championship Wrestling. That's ETCW. And it went down this past weekend. I had a match against Micah and Jay Ace, and I defeated both of them in a triple threat match. It was one hell of a match. I'm glad to be a part of that company. There are some invaders coming in, and so I figured, you know what? Why not put my talents to use? Since MPX doesn't have anything for me creatively, I will open myself up to some more companies, and ETCW answered the call and brought me out there. The next match will take place late September. I know there's not a date yet, but I know it is coming down. They take place at 337 Blakely Street, Wills Point, Texas, 75169 at the Wills Point Middle School Gym. But yeah, the Jackass is now a proud member of the ETCW roster. So if anyone's out at Wills Point or you feel like traveling about an hour outside of Dallas, come on out there and check out the matches, man. It's a lot of fun. And it's a 6-sided ring, a lot like TNA, man. So it's definitely really cool to be a part of it. Speaking of Metroplex Wrestling, this weekend MPX is putting on Catching Fire. And I was debating on whether or not I was going to heavily promote it like I normally do, seeing as they do not have a spot for me at all. But you know what? MPX is home. MPX will always be home. MPX trained me. MPX taught me what it is to be a wrestler. MPX gave me the opportunity to do what I have always wanted to do. And so that's it. You know, they are home, so I'm not going to not shout them out. So if you are in the area, if you're in Dallas this weekend, definitely go and check out MPX because it is going down. Prince Canoe is still undefeated in MPX, much to my anger because he did beat me. So it looks like he's going to be going up against my boy, Mr. Mayhem, Stephen Kirby. Definitely a match you guys are going to want to check out. As well, what should rightfully be mine, the Tag Team Championships. DTF will be defending against the Unholy Complex. Larry Canis is back, and he's taking on Zero, the anti-hero. James Johnson in the ring taking on Icarus. And then you got Solo Darlin, who is so fine, taking on the one, the only Miss Baby D. And in the main event of the night, the MPX Championship will be on the line when DTF's Brent McKenzie defends against the flying asshole, my boy, Frankie Fisher. Fisher is a multi-time MPX champion, a former multi-time tag team champion with me, and a multi-time prospect champion. But DTF is on a roll, holding the championship and the tag team titles. After disposing of Maliko last week and leaving his coffin God knows where, what else will McKenzie do to keep the championship with DTF? I got a lot of respect for Frankie, and I hope Frankie can get this victory. And Frankie, I'm just letting you know, baby, I'm pulling for you, dog. Go out there and get it. So if you are in Dallas, Texas this weekend, or in Bedford or Fort Worth, definitely get out to 510 Hardwood Road, Bedford, Texas, 76021. Doors open at 7:30. Bell time is at 8. Do not miss out on MPX action. Before I jump into anything else real quick, I want to tell y'all guys something. I had something pretty cool happen to me this weekend. You guys know that I've been I haven't been lately. I've been kind of quiet about it. But at the end of last year, I went through what I consider to be a breakup and a pretty devastating and short relationship, but something that really meant a lot to me with someone who still to this day means a lot to me. I'm still always there for her if she ever needs me. I have no ill will toward her, and I wish her the best. We don't talk regularly anymore, but on occasion we do have a conversation and whatnot, and when that happens, I normally, it's been tough on me because I've missed her so much. We talked this past weekend, and it finally hit me that I think I'm finally over it. Not that I don't still have feelings for the girl. I always will. She was now a part of me and a part of who I am, because I take that with me. It teaches me what I need to know going forward about myself and things like that. And it helped me realize once again that I'm not someone who wants a relationship. I never have been someone who really wants a relationship. There are times of the year that, I really do wish I had somebody to be by my side, but for the most part, I'm much happier just being me. I don't wish her anything ill will or anything about it, but just the fact that we talked this weekend and it didn't hit me how much I missed her. And it got to me where I go, I miss the girl, but not so much that it hurts anymore. It doesn't hurt that we're not as close as we were. I've kind of gotten over that fact, and I think that's a big milestone for me, because it was something that was so devastating to me at the beginning of this year and the end of last year. So the fact that I'm finally able to start moving on is a testament to how great this year really has been for me, man. Last year was a complete cluster and absolutely terrible, and I hated everything about what was 2016. But 2017 truly has been the year of the Jackass. We have been doing fantastic with everything I'm doing, and I have really been growing and getting a lot of opportunities, and a lot of people are knocking. While one opportunity has left me, which is MPX, others have opened their doors to me, and I am so thankful for that. I am thankful to, Jason the X and Matt over at SCNS and Jordan Mason at Cinelinks.com for everything they have done to open doors for me and help me out. I'm thankful to Trey Mack and the Offshoots Nation. Without them, I would not be anywhere that I am today. I would not be continuing to grow. I would not have the outlets that I have. So I'm so thankful to Trey Mack and everyone in the Offshoots Nation. And I'm going to do my best to be on the Offshoots 200th episode, which is coming soon. Trey, if you're listening, I want to be on the show, man. Get me on there. We can talk about ETCW, or we can talk about everything else that's going on, man. Just get me on, Trey. I love it. I got to get Trey back on here, man. I really do miss just bullshitting with him. Other than that, it's just everything has been great this year. And just the fact that I finally realized that I'm okay now, that I'm over this, and that I'm back to my normal Jackass self is just another testament to show how great I am and how I continue to run the kingdom that is the Jackass Nation. And speaking of kingdoms, August's Loot Crate theme is Kingdom, featuring The Legend of Zelda, The Lord of the Rings, Adventure Time, and much, much more. Tons of properties that you can lose yourself in. Loot Crate is a monthly subscription box service which provides boxes of geek and gaming related merchandise and always includes a monthly t-shirt and pen. And right now you can get a discount on your box of loot, all by going to lootcrate.com/SCNS live or clicking the link in the description of this video below, or this podcast below. If you want to see some of the really cool things that you've been missing out on, we always do an unboxing video of all the different boxes of Loot Crate over at youtube.com/SCNS live. Go check it out. Check out all the awesome things that you're missing out on, and you'll never want to miss out on it again, because it's so cool and it's so affordable. Every single month, a new box of loot delivered right to your door just by going to lootcrate.com/SCNS live, clicking the link below, or just going to Loot Crate and entering the promo code SCNS live. Do not miss out on your box of loot. Not speaking of, but back to a little bit more wrestling. Not only is everything going big right now, but SummerSlam is hitting this weekend, and we're going to have a brand new episode of Go Home up this weekend, going down. It'll be up tomorrow, Friday, for you to listen to. It's going to be me. I know that Jason's probably going to be on it for a little bit. Matt's definitely going to be there, possibly Ricardo, and possibly Rob. So, going to be a lot of fun to talk about this weekend SummerSlam. I will be at the Kayfabe studio, watching it, relaxing, enjoying WWE SummerSlam from I really hate that it's in Brooklyn. They should put like Survivor Series or the Rumble in Brooklyn every year. SummerSlam needs to be in LA. Or maybe even somewhere where there's a beach. Somewhere where there's like summer. Brooklyn, New York is not summer. New York is like fall. Like, come on now. With more wrestling in the Dallas area, VIP Wrestling is returning on Friday, September 15th at the Rail Club with a special VIPX. That's right, it's the return of VIPX. And not only that, but we also have another show. I'm not exactly sure of the date of the second show. I think it's the very next night. I don't know the name of it, but I do know that VIP Wrestling is back, and the Hip Hop Express is dead. That's right. There's no more Hip Hop Express because certain people like country and other certain people are mobbing or something. I don't know. So I have no place in, or Heavy B, who's not me, has no place in VIP wrestling. But maybe the Jackass does. And to do so, I have to get a hold of Keith Roberts. So, Keith, I know you like to listen. Would you answer the phone or your Facebook or something and send me a damn message, because I want in to VIP. I want to do something. I don't know what I want to do, but I want to do something. So, send me a damn message. Alright? I know you listen. I know you like the show. Respond and send me a damn message. Everybody out there, go tweet Keith Roberts. You know his Facebook. Let me pull up his Facebook right here so we can talk about that. Keith Roberts, right there. It is there we go. Keith Roberts, VIP Wrestling. And it is Facebook.com. Well, he doesn't have his own. Just search Keith Roberts. Keith Roberts. Roberts. And send him a message right on his wall. Do something. Let him know that he needs to holla at me. As far as Keith's Twitter, let's go look up his Twitter too and send him messages on there, because that's what's important, because we need to get a hold of Keith, because I know you guys want to see the Jackass everywhere that you can. And the Jackass wants to be places. So if we collectively, as the Jackass Nation, let Keith know that, well, okay. I don't see a Twitter for him. I thought he had Twitter, but maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. But just let VIP and Keith Roberts know that you want the Jackass. Hashtag we want BC. Alright, guys, we are going to jump into our first commercial break, and we come back, we are going to talk about my top 5 movies of the summer. So, we'll be right back, and we'll get into it.
The Jackass Nation podcast channel, with shows like It Is What It Is with the Jackass, Jackass Reviews, Go Home, Jackass 1, a Star Wars podcast, and many more. Check us out at jackassnation.podbean.com.
Cinelinx presents Channel Control, where Matt, BC, and I, Rob, get together and talk about TV news and give you our take on what's going on in TV land. We'll also take you channel surfing, where we talk about what shows we watched that week and what we've liked about it. Find out what shows have been renewed or canceled, or just find out what TV series has been released on DVD, Blu-ray that week. Channel Control is a weekly YouTube show, so head on over, subscribe, check out our videos, give us a like, turn on your notifications so you know when our new shows are up, and you can also follow us at Channel Control on Twitter. And now, back to BC.
Alright, thank you, Rob. Channel Control, it is going down. Will I be there? I don't know. Who knows? We'll find out. What's up, guys? So we're going to talk about this summer's top movies. I know the summer's not completely over. We still have a few films coming out. You got Lucky Logan, which was one that I'm really looking forward to. But unfortunately, I have not got to see it yet. I also have not gotten to see The Dark Tower, so I don't exactly know where that falls on my list of summer films. The Big Sick is another one I did not get to see. So what else is coming out here? So The Hitman's Bodyguard, which I think looks hilarious. Birth of the Dragon, which I don't know. And I guess we're not going to consider September, so it doesn't count. So we're just looking at the summer films. We're going to go with, starting with May. May until now is what we're going to look at for our movies for the summer. So it was really hard for me to figure out. A lot of people are saying that the summer movie season wasn't all that great, and I disagree. I really enjoyed the summer movie season. Matter of fact, I've been changing my list up a lot. So we're going to go ahead and do one honorable mention just because I keep changing it back and forth, and that's going to be Pirates of the Caribbean, Dead Men Tell No Tales. I enjoyed the film. I thought it was a lot of fun, but at the same time, I'm a Pirates fan. I just love that franchise. I think Johnny Depp is absolutely incredible in it, and I just I'm always entertained by going back into that world, even with like on Stranger Tides, which was not a very good movie. I still enjoy it. So maybe that's just me, but I, for one, I'm putting it in my honorable mentions because I enjoyed it. But all right, let's get into our top movies. My number 5 is Guardians of the Galaxy Volume 2. It was so much fun. Marvel finally returns to space, the cosmics, and we get back up with this group of a-holes, and it's so much fun to do. Everyone in it is really good and have really sunk into their roles, and they kind of turn every single character up to 11 this go around. They added a lot more heart and story to Yondu, who was one of my favorite characters from the first one, and it carries over into the sequel because Yondu is such a great character. He's so much fun to follow. All the cameos from Miley Cyrus to Sylvester Stallone were incredibly well done and hit perfectly and did not feel forced. Well, David Hasselhoff kind of felt a little forced, but the rest of them were done really well, and Kurt Russell as Ego the Living Planet was incredible. Spot on with your boy Chris Pratt. Their chemistry together was absolutely great. Nebula, once again, stepping it up. I really enjoyed her. The one thing I will say that puts it down at the number 5 spot is, well, not one thing, but the story was very, very basic and very, very predictable. I kind of called it as I saw it, and it was very simple storytelling, but it was more about the characters that made it fun. So I kind of overlooked that. What I have a hard time overlooking was the soundtrack. The soundtrack was nowhere near as good as the first one, and I get it. When you hit a home run on your very first outing, it's hard to live back up to that one. But at the same time, you fell really far off. Like, really far off. This one just did not hit as well. So that's where I kind of got. And I was really worried about Baby Groot being way too much, but Baby Groot was perfect. I loved Baby Groot, and I'm even more excited to see what they do with Teenage Groot. All right. From a film that did not do a very good job with its soundtrack, moving to our number 4 spot with a film that did a great job with their soundtrack, and that's Baby Driver. Baby Driver was so good. I love this movie so much. I really wish The Punisher had been in it a lot more than he was. But everything about this film was incredible. The visuals were stunning. The music was great. It was almost a musical even. Just the way the music played into the film so well and so perfectly. Edgar Wright just did such a good job at directing this and bringing this story to life. And it's a great original film. Ansel Elgort was incredible as the role of Baby, and then you gotta love Kevin Spacey. Everything that was it Kevin Spacey? It was Kevin Spacey, right? Let's go ahead and take a look at that and double check. Yep, I was right. It was Kevin Spacey. I done told you. Do not question me. Also, Jamie Foxx, incredible in the role. But Jamie Foxx is always incredible, so you can. Lily James. Now, I didn't really like her very much in the film, but she worked for her role. She did what she needed to do and got the point across. I really wish they could have used her a little better because I really liked her in Cinderella, but I didn't care for her much in this role. But the rest of the film, absolutely incredible, so much fun. If you haven't seen Baby Driver, this is one that you guys have got to go and see. All right, next up, our number 3 spot, Apes on Horses, War for the Planet of the Apes. I don't know if you'd call it a conclusion or not. Maybe it's a conclusion. Maybe we're going to keep going and get to the point where the Statue of Liberty is blown up and we actually get an actual remake of Planet of the Apes. But whatever this one is, the conclusion of this trilogy right here. We might go forward a little more, but these 3 films right here, this trilogy, is one of the greatest trilogies ever made. All right, it is arguably going to be up there with Star Wars, with Back to the Future, with Toy Story, with The Dark Knight. I think the Planet of the Apes trilogy is in contention to be up there. It's in those top 5 now. It is one of the greatest of all time. And War of the Planet of the Apes did not let down. If you watch these all together, the journey that Caesar goes on is absolutely breathtaking and amazing. And the work that they have done is so incredible. If Andy Serkis does not get nominated, I swear I'm going to lose my ish. I guarantee he's nominated for a Jeebus Award. I'm just saying that right now. He's got to get a Jeebus Award at the very least. So much. Everyone in it was incredible. And it was not at all what they pitched. And it didn't even bother me. That was perfectly fine that it wasn't what they pitched. It's still just a great film. I still think that Dawn is probably my favorite. But this one War is probably the second of the trilogy for me. Because it's just so amazing and it's so riveting. While there's not as much action as you would think there to be, you're still on the edge of your seat the entire film long. So, War of the Planet of the Apes coming in at number 3. Apes on Horses, baby. All right, the number 2 spot. What is it? It's Wonder Woman. That's right, guys. Wonder Woman threw me off. It's in contention for one of the best films of the year, let alone best of the summer. This one was so good. I was so excited because I was really worried after BVS because BVS was not a good movie. And Suicide Squad, while not that good of a movie, I found it entertaining. But I can still understand that it's not a good movie. So I was really worried about Wonder Woman. Not only is Wonder Woman entertaining, but it is an incredibly done film. It is breathtakingly beautiful to see. The direction that Patty Jenkins does is some of the best in Hollywood today. And Gal Gadot, who I was on the fence about, who I did not think was good enough for Wonder Woman. She did an incredible job. I loved her so much in the role. While I still think they should have gone with someone a little bigger, a little more intimidating, a Gina Carano type, I think she did an amazing job, and I loved it so much. Every character in it was great, and I'm so excited for where this saga goes. I can't wait for Wonder Woman 2, and I definitely cannot wait to see Justice League and more of Gal Gadot's Wonder Woman, because no matter what, she's just going to keep growing on me. All right, so what is my favorite movie of the summer? Are you guys ready? Spider-Man! That's right, guys. Spidey definitely topped my summer this year. I saw it about 5 times in the theater. It's absolutely incredible. It's everything I ever wanted from a Spider-Man film. This is... I cannot even put into words how much this film meant to me. You guys know how much I love Spider-Man, how Spider-Man has always been one of my all-time favorite heroes. And to see him finally brought on the screen perfectly from Peter Parker to Spider-Man, it was one of the best I've ever seen. That's nothing against Tobey Maguire or Andrew Garfield. I loved both of them. I thought Tobey Maguire was a perfect representation of the 1960s Spider-Man, of when Spider-Man was first created. He was exactly what Spider-Man would have been. They tried to update Spider-Man with Andrew Garfield and The Amazing Spider-Man, and it just didn't work because Peter Parker was just too cool. Doesn't mean it weren't good movies. I loved both of them. But he wasn't the right Peter Parker. And when Tobey was Spider-Man, he had his quips. They worked all right, but they came out really stiff. Now we have Tom Holland. And Tom Holland is a true child in this movie. He's a kid. He's exactly what Spider-Man should be. As Peter Parker, he's kind of an outcast. He's a nerd. He gets looked down upon by his peers. And then as Spider-Man, he's just incredible and quippy and perfect, but he still makes mistakes and he does everything he can to make up for it. And Michael Keaton. Like, how can you not love Michael Keaton as the Vulture? It was so well. And they did a perfect job of world building without throwing it in your face. They showed you new characters that are going to show up in different places, but they didn't throw it in your face a lot like The Amazing Spider-Man 2 did. Not to mention the perfect amount of Tony Stark in this film. Any more would have hurt. But this was absolutely perfect. And it was a good way to show that Spider-Man is connected to this larger universe. By far, my favorite of this summer. I enjoyed it so much. But, guys, what were your favorite films of the summer? Let me know. Use the hashtag IiWiIJA. We have one that was sent out a little earlier today from at Tony Morrow SB. My buddy Tony Morrow. He goes, number 1 is Wonder Woman. Number 2 is Planet of the Apes. Number 3, Guardians of the Galaxy. Number 4, Dunkirk. And number 5, Baby Driver. Those are good. That's a good pick there. Dunkirk didn't quite make my list. I was not a huge fan of it. But shout out to you for throwing Dunkirk in there. I love it. Anyone else have any other that you want to shout out? Go ahead. Send them out. Let me know what you guys think. What were your favorite films of this summer? All right, we're going to take one last quick commercial break, and we're going to come back and talk about Game of Thrones with the one, the only, Coach Matt.
Hey guys, Jason the X for SCNS Live. Make sure you check us out on youtube.com/SCNS Live. Every Thursday night, we got a live show for you guys. Please like the channel and subscribe to it for all your news, reviews, editorials, and more. We are powered by Cinelinks.com. And as always, keep on nerding.
All right, guys, so this next segment is going to have some Game of Thrones spoilers for Game of Thrones episode, I believe it's episode 7, Eastwatch. So if you have not watched the most recent episode of Game of Thrones, Eastwatch, then you're going to want to skip ahead a little bit. Now, I gave you a little bit of a marker. All you have to do is wait till you hear the music. Once you hear the Game of Thrones theme song, you're going to want to jump about 40 minutes, exactly 40 minutes, and you will skip right over the Game of Thrones talk and come back for the box office. So remember that, 40 minutes as soon as the music hits, and you're good to go. All right, now with that out of the way, ladies and gentlemen, I am once again sitting here with the one, the only, the Coach Matt. What's up, buddy?
Yeah, buddy. By the way, I just got to say, before we kick off what we're about to talk about next, that was a great segment you just had.
Hey, you know what?
Awesome.
That's what I do. You know, we do segments, we do stuff, I say things.
I loved it.
This is totally not the first part of the podcast that we're recording.
I mean, now that that's all out of the way, all the introductions and everything, that was great. Because I've totally listened to all of this.
Exactly. That's what we do.
Oops.
So, Matt, what's going on, man? What's up?
Just got off a plane from Orlando.
Oh, yeah. How dude, fucking, there I go, dropping the F-bomb. All right, that's our one for the show. Man, I normally do pretty good with that. How was the Call of Duty?
It was amazing. It was absolutely incredible. So I used to think that out of all the gaming companies that I ever worked with, that the top of the line was always Bethesda because of the way that they treat people and they treat press and everything like that and all the access they give. And you felt it too.
Yeah, buddy.
You had the party, QuakeCon, all that. And while they're still up there, I gotta say, I think Activision actually won the day for me. Like, they are incredible. The amount of access, the fact that they were willing to fly me out there, pay for my hotel, feed me the entire time, so I didn't have to spend really hardly any money, and then give me all the access to any of the players that I ever wanted was so cool. Like, it was no holds barred.
Yeah.
And it was amazing. So the event itself, though, Orlando, where the Magic play at the Amway Center, is dope. Like, really? That is a great center.
Yeah, you know what? I was there for was it Raw? I think it was Raw and SmackDown after WrestleMania.
It's an awesome, it's an
really
awesome
is.
center.
It's a nice arena.
Yeah, and I kind of didn't expect that because the Orlando Magic aren't really a good team. So I was like, this isn't.
Well, they were at one point.
Yeah,
when they had Dwight Howard.
I was about to say when Dwight was there.
Before he was not
terrible.
So good.
Yeah. Well, yeah, so that was cool. The event itself was absolutely amazing. Just watching these gamers play is just otherworldly. Like, if you're a big esports fan and you want to kind of get into, esports a little bit, you have to go to one of these events.
Yeah.
Like, watching it just from your home, whatever, it doesn't compare. Because there was a crowd there, like, everybody was chanting. At one point, they started singing Seven Nation Army because Optic Gaming was winning, and they ended up winning the whole thing. It was an absolutely amazing experience.
Well, that's dope. That's pretty cool, man. You can check out all the coverage of that on Cinelinks.com, as well as our Facebook pages and Matt's social medias and whatnot.
That's right.
Move the joystick.
Move the joystick.
All right, well, let's jump into this week's Game of Thrones, Matt. It was a slower episode. It was not very action filled, but we got a lot from it.
Yeah, it was a lot of setup for what's going to happen for the rest of the season, but it was worth it because you're right. There was so much quality television to watch between the different storylines, the different arcs that they were going through, and it all kicked off with the aftermath of the. I don't even know what they're calling it. Is it like the road?
The Rose Road is all they have. On the Rose Road.
Okay. So they're talking about that aftermath, and it was cool to see that Jaime's still alive.
It was exactly what I said was going to happen. They're going to open the show with him just coming up out of the water. And good Bronn must have swam him pretty damn far. And because that's some heavy armor.
Heavy armor. Yeah.
And they came up on the other side of the damn river.
Oh yeah. But it was cool. That was a cool little moment because Bronn. I love the part where he's like, so. That's your problem because dragons are where our partnership ends.
See, but I also obviously like, look, dragons don't get to kill you. You don't get to kill you. Only one who gets to kill you is me if I don't get what I want.
Yep, he wants that castle. That's all he wants is that castle.
And you could really see it in Jaime that he's like, we can't win this.
No,
this is not gonna work.
And you've got 3 of them.
That's only one.
Yeah. And it was amazing. Like, and then even the moment after that, where you've got the entire Lannister army, like bending the knee to Daenerys because there's Drogon just sitting over
there. They're bending the knee to Drogon.
Yeah, and Drogon's just up there in all of his splendor, and then he's just like, if you don't bend the knee, you're gonna die. And so, of course, you have the Tarleys who decide, oh no, we're not gonna bend the knee, and Drogon's like, that's cool, I'll just burn you.
Okay, you know what really got me? It wasn't till late in the episode that I realized this. I get these people confused. There's too many old white guys.
Yes.
Okay, so I get them all confused.
Sure.
I forgot that was Sam's father.
Yeah, that's Sam's daddy.
I completely forgot that, and so now we're in a situation where Sam's the last of his house.
He's the only Tarly left, but he's a man of the Night's Watch. So he gave up any sort of claim he ever had.
Yeah, true.
Yeah, so the Tarleys are done. Yeah. Like, that lifestyle's over. But
and Tyrion was not really on board with this.
No, because you're killing another family where you could use them as an ally, but hey, if the Tarleys don't want to do it, then what are you going to do?
And we got rid of Dickon.
Yes.
I guess Ron's going, you know what, guys, we probably shouldn't have done that name. Let's go ahead and just kill this character. It's not going to work out.
I had to explain to my wife who the Tarleys were because she couldn't remember either that Samwell was a Tarley. I was like, oh man, they killed his daddy. And then she's like, wait, what? I said, oh yeah, that's the Tarleys. Samwell's a Tarly.
See,
like,
exactly. Yeah. You know, again, that's I keep forgetting that.
Yeah, I did like the moment later on whenever that they're at Old Town.
Yeah,
and they're all the old maesters are talking, and Sam walks out, and they're like, oh yeah, is that the boy that his brother and his father just died? And they're like, oh yeah, good lad. Haven't had the heart to tell him.
That's where I figured it out. Yeah. I was like, oh, that was that old white dude. Okay.
But if you remember, Sam did steal his sword and was like, I'm out of here anyway. I hate my family.
Yeah.
So.
Well, let's stick there with Sam because we got some major news from Old Town.
Yeah, we did.
Gilly figuring out that perhaps Jon Snow has more of a rightful claim to the throne than we thought.
Yeah, but of course he cut her off.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, he's like whatever. But
he's had a hard day.
He had a very hard day.
It was he just wants his slippers and his pipe and come on now.
That was actually a moment too that I had to pause it because I was like, "Oh, do you know what's going on?" And Alex is like, "What are you talking about?" So I paused it and I'm like, "Well, honey, let me explain it to you.
Let me break this down right quick."
I was like, Rhaegar is Jon's father, so really he's just a Targaryen. Meanwhile, Lyanna was his mother, so he's kind of also a Stark too, and so that's why he can touch Drogon at the same time. She's like, "What? When did we find this out?" And I was like, "Well, the only person that really knows is Bran, but he's not saying anything about it."
And then so Gilly finds out that there was an annulment and a marriage.
Yes.
Which therefore makes him a true heir.
He is a true-born Targaryen.
And a more true heir than Dany is.
Yeah, so Jon could actually be the rightful king of Westeros.
Okay, but then that goes back to Sam as well because he was in the Night's Watch. Mm-hmm. So does he not forfeit everything?
So remember when the Night's Watch their vows.
Yeah.
And it's all about, I will be a Night's Watchman until I die.
Yeah.
Jon died. So really, he's like, my watch has ended. I'm done. I already died.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So then he's still. But I wonder if that can come into play. Like, if we get to a point that it's either, Dany or Jon.
Yeah.
If that becomes some kind of friction there, because I know Jon doesn't want that position.
Jon doesn't want it, and at the same time, it almost seems inevitable that it's going to happen. Because, I mean, George R.R. Martin has always said that Jon is the hero of this story.
Yeah.
And we talked about it last week, that it kind of seemed like it was going to be an arranged marriage sort of thing to unite the North with Daenerys and all that sort of thing. So you had the king and the queen and, yeah. But it's really, they're pushing this whole love connection between the two. Because Dany obviously didn't want Jon to leave.
No.
And it had nothing to do with Jon's safety. It was because she's, like, attracted to the man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then, okay, and we get that scene where Dany comes back to Dragonstone.
Yeah.
And, good lord, that dragon.
It's so cool.
That CGI.
It's
That
incredible.
scene is probably some of the best I have ever seen.
And the facial features of the dragon.
Yeah.
Like, I never thought I would see facial features from a dragon.
Yeah.
Like, and you could tell that the dragon was like, I even made voices to, like, when I was watching, like, "Hi, I just killed a bunch of people. I want some loving." So, yeah, Sean, like, oh, yeah.
See, now I hear Sean Connery's voice in it.
I just killed a lot of people.
Killed them all.
I killed them all.
But you're all right. You're one of us, I see.
Yeah. Which, man, they are getting so close to revealing the truth, and I just don't know how they're going to do it. I don't think it's not going to happen this season. I feel like it's going to happen next season when Bran and Jon are finally reunited and everything. But
I love that Bran was able to send a raven, but once again wasn't able to do. Oh, P.S. By the way, yo, that's your aunt, bro. Come on, Bran.
He doesn't care. He's like, I'm the three-eyed raven. I just care about what's happening in the north.
But yeah, he's just. I've got to tell Jon.
You could have told Jon anything. Well,
the
he
White
did
Walkers
tell Jon.
are coming.
He did tell Jon that Arya was alive.
Yeah.
So there's that.
Yeah, that's
he
good.
could have left
and
that out.
I teared up when you see Jon's face. I was like, because they're so close with each other. I'm so happy.
I know. Well, so getting back to Jon for a moment, I know we'll talk about this more later, but this whole, like, half-brained idea to go and prove that the White Walkers are real by taking White back south seems completely moronic. I think my issue is, like, why bring it to Cersei why not do what Sam's talking about? And if the men of Old Town know it's real, they would send ravens to everybody, and everybody else would see it as being real.
Because he doesn't know that that's Sam's idea.
I know. But, like...
You know, he doesn't know anything about that.
I'm just watching it, and I'm like, this is so
I bet he doesn't even
stupid.
know where Sam is.
He knows where Sam is.
He does?
Yeah, because he sent him to go be a maester.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the Night's Watch needed a maester. Right. Because, was it... I'm trying to remember his name. The blind man, he died.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, then we also, over there in Dragonstone, we finally get Sir Friendzone, who made it back there really quick. Everybody's
traveling quick because you don't have 3 seasons to see them traveling. Like, you're there.
And we get a lot of, that's my girl looks between John and Sir Friendzone.
Yes.
Even though he is Sir Friendzone.
He is Sir Friendzone.
He ain't going to get no booty.
He is not getting any booty at all. Jorah might even die in the north.
Oh, he's dying.
Yeah.
Tyrion sealed his fate by giving him that freaking
coin. Yeah, he's not coming back.
No. We're glad you got rid of Grayscale. Now you're going to die from a White Walker.
He died for Dany for a foolhardy mission. he's
a handshake and a pat on the back.
Well, we'll get to those guys in a minute. We'll talk about predictions about who will stay alive and who will die in a second. But
all right, so we send Tyrion to talk to Jaime over at King's Landing.
Again, stupid idea, but it was a cool little moment.
I loved it. I thought it was a great moment, and my buddy is convinced that they're still going to kill all the dragons because look at all the dragon skeletons. I'm like, you know what? They were prepared for dragons back. They're not. Nothing they have is prepared for this.
Also, I think all of those, like, they died of other things. It wasn't necessarily they died from a war or something, or somebody killed them. I think it was more of a they died for different reasons because there's so many skulls in there.
Oh yeah. So Tyrion and Davos get there, and Tyrion
love Davos.
I do too. He's great.
So great.
And Bronn kind of tricks Jaime into meeting in with Tyrion.
Yeah.
Which is also a great little reunion of Bronn and Tyrion. I loved seeing them there.
I did too.
I wish we could have got a little bit more of them.
Yeah, but it wasn't about Bronn.
Yeah.
I would have liked to have seen maybe Bronn or Tyrion approach Bronn, but again, we don't have a whole other season.
We gotta go. And so, it's good. And to know that even Cersei already knew that was going on, which is okay.
I mean, it makes sense because her hand controls Varys' spies, Varys' little birds.
Yeah, true.
So everything that happens, he knows.
Speaking of, let's just jump right back. Still sticking with Tyrion. That the conversation between Tyrion and Varys.
Yeah.
Of them not being sure how to handle the fact that Dany just burning people.
Yeah. Well, because they don't want her to be like her father.
Yeah.
And at the same time, she's kind of being like her father.
But here's my thing about that is she's burning people at war.
Yes.
She ain't just burning random people. We're at war.
Yeah.
Casualties are gonna happen.
I think they're just trying to figure out the best way for the future.
Yeah.
Because, like, she's new at all of this, too. Like, I mean, she was the Queen of Marine. She did this, she did that. But she still made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah.
And she still is making a lot of mistakes. And they want to avoid doing that. And I think that served more as a backstory to Varys of, like, a little bit of context into him. Just a little bit of, I've watched these things happen, and I kept telling myself, it's not me doing it. Yeah. It's not me doing it. It's not me doing it. And so I think it was more of the toll it took on him. Yeah. And the motivation behind not letting her become, like, a normal Targaryen. Yeah.
I agree, and I wish people would let it go that we at war, we burn shit.
She gave him a choice. What was she supposed to do? Bend the knee, or you can go.
Yeah,
no,
that's not
can't
how that works.
That. It's either bend the knee, join me, or you die. You already were on the wrong side. If Dickon and the other Tarly decided that they wanted to, get rid of their oath that they had to the Tyrells in favor of King's Landing and the Lannisters, then already they're kind of turncloaks as it is. So you don't want a house that's going to, like, just throw away their honor at any minute just so that way they can survive.
Yeah.
So might as well just kill him.
Exactly.
Because, again, it's war.
So Cersei's having this meeting. Cersei and Jaime are talking, and we find out that perhaps it looks like Cersei's preggers.
Yep, Cersei's preggers with another bastard.
Is she just using this to keep Jaime in line? Because Jaime is really kind of being like, look, we can't win. We need to stop this shit.
That's a good point. I don't think I thought about that when that happened, but I almost feel like it isn't.
Because the prophecy said she was going to have 3 kids.
Yeah.
And they were all going to die.
And they did.
And they all died. It didn't say that she was going to have 4 and 3 of them were going to die.
True. That's a great point. Because I thought about that too. And I was like, ooh, well, maybe those 3 died. And so now this one's going to survive. But what if the baby's not born? So does she really have another child?
What if the baby's not Jaime's?
But whose would it be?
I don't know.
Yeah, that seems a little bit more far-fetched. Out of all of this, I think it being not Jaime seems the most far-fetched.
What if it's the mountains? We don't know.
Yeah, zombie baby. I watched what is it, Dawn of the Dead enough to know about zombie babies.
Zombie babies.
Yeah.
Well, so they embrace, and we get that Cersei going, "Don't ever betray me again."
Yeah.
Jaime's going to betray her.
But eventually, I think Jaime's going.
I think the Kingslayer is going to become the Queenslayer.
You've said that several times.
I will continue to. That is where I am.
It could be, but I would like to see what it's going to be. Like maybe you're right. Maybe she isn't pregnant. And so he's starting to see, like, oh, she's been using me. She's been doing this. Like, oh, and she did this, and she did this. Like, okay, I have to do it now. I don't know.
And if they end up teaming up with Dany, which looks like we're going to have our meeting.
Yeah.
And then Jaime starts to see, man, Tyrion's on the right side here.
Yeah.
Tyrion's smart about this. This girl should be in charge.
Yeah.
Then maybe it's kind of like, Cersei, fuck you. Mm-hmm. God damn it, there's the second one. We're an R rating today.
Maybe it's a deal where Cersei tries to pull off some sort of clever little tactic at that meeting and tries to kill her brother and tries to kill Daenerys and everybody. And that's where Jaime's like, no, I can't do this anymore. Yeah. And that's, yeah.
Well, then we get to meet, or get to re-meet Gendry is back. Davos finds his boy.
I love Gendry.
And he's like, hey man, look, he's thinking, I got to convince this kid. Kid's like, nah, got my bag, let's go.
Yeah. What was cooler was that he had a hammer.
Yeah.
And his father had a hammer.
Exactly.
And I thought that was awesome.
And I loved that scene down there when they're getting the boat ready.
Yeah.
And then when Tyrion walks by the 2 guards, they're like, wait a minute. We're kind of looking for someone to look. He's like, nope, not me. No, yeah, it looks a lot like you.
Yep.
And he's just like, boom, boom.
Yep.
Takes them all out. And so, he'll do.
Yeah. Yeah, that was a great little moment, a great little scene. Just the fact that they brought back Gendry is cool. I'm curious why, though. Because Gendry is also kind of has a rightful... He's a rightful place to the throne too.
I can't wait to see him get reacquainted with Arya.
Yeah, that'll be cool.
And and seeing
because
him,
that was kind of their little love interest too.
And him and Jon together, it's a lot like Ned and
Robert.
Robert, yeah.
Yeah.
You know, so it's cool. And I love them meeting, getting back. And Davos was like,
your name is Clovis.
Tell him Clovis. It's like, yo, what's up? I'm Gendry.
Yeah.
How you doing?
Yeah. I'm Robert Baratheon's son. And John's like, hold up, what? Oh, wait a second. This happened now? Yeah. And I like how they were talking to each other. And he goes, oh, yeah, you're a lot shorter than your father. Yeah. But it was cool. Like I said, I'm curious because now you've got like a little Magnificent Seven sort of deal going up north.
But there, right before we get into them, we got Arya.
Oh yes,
and Littlefinger.
Yes. Yeah,
and Littlefinger still being smart.
Mm-hmm.
I thought Arya was outsmarting him, but nope. This is all Littlefinger once again making Sansa and Arya be a little bit more at odds.
Yeah, because he's trying to have everybody favor Sansa instead of Jon.
And Arya wants Jon.
Yeah, just like keep the peace. Like, what are you trying to do? And I like how Arya was following him every single little moment. And he kind of had a feeling that somebody was there.
Yeah.
And it wasn't until, like, he turned the tables on her and was waiting at the end of the hall whenever she snuck into his room that it was revealed that
we got our scroll our scroll that Sansa had sent. I think it was maybe season 1, maybe season 2.
Sure.
Telling them to bend the knee to Joffrey and Cersei.
Yeah.
So this is not going to end too well.
Yeah, you're right. I'm curious about what's going to happen because Arya can't die.
No.
She cannot die.
Well, and our George R. R. Martin already said that he can't kill Arya. His wife won't let him.
See, there you go.
Yeah.
Arya cannot die.
Yeah.
And so something is going to happen between Littlefinger and her, or maybe Littlefinger is going to use the distrust between her and Sansa and have her exiled.
Yeah.
Send her away, something like that. Or maybe it'll be a deal where it's like, oh, you have to try and kill her or something, and maybe that's just, she's like, oh, I've been betrayed. I'm out of here. You just made the list.
See, but at that point, I don't think it would be, you
pulls
just
out,
made the list.
She pulls out a pen and a clipboard, and she's like, you know what happens? You know what happens when people betray me? You know what happens when people try to kick me out of my own home?
You go on the list.
You just made the list.
See, but at the same time, I don't think you just make the list. I think it's, oh, okay, you're on the list. Time to die right now since you're in front of me.
Yeah.
It's not, I'll kill you later. It's, you're going to die now.
Sure.
All right, so now let's jump over to the Suicide Squad.
That is such a good name for him. I hope that's what the name of this next episode is.
If you go and look at my Instagram, by the time this is up, there is a Suicide Squad poster of. Matter of fact, I'll pull it up right here on my phone so you can see it while we're talking about it. But I haven't posted it on Instagram yet. But by the time this is up, it will be posted, and it's Suicide. It's oh man, come on now, my phone's being crazy.
It's funny because like last night I tried to understand I tried to search and do research on movies that had 7 protagonists.
Yeah.
So that way I could attribute it to this, and I had such a hard time. I didn't even remember Suicide Squad. Oh, that's perfect.
Right.
That's absolute. Okay, so just to explain to you what's going on, because this is all audio. You've got the Suicide Squad lettering, all the colors and everything like that, and then you've got the 7 guys. You've got Jon Snow, Gendry. You got Sandor Clegane. You got Beric Dondarrion, Thoros Amir, Jorah Mormont, and then you've got Tormund. But then above them is a guy that looks like the Joker in a way, but it's the Night King. It's perfect, absolutely perfect.
It's great,
and
man.
it's apt because they're going on a suicide mission.
Oh yeah, this one's great, and I'm so excited to see them out there. This looks like it's going to be really fun to see what happens here.
My wife goes, after we watched that episode, she goes, how many of those fools were out there? And I go, 7. She goes, 7? 7 against a whole big-ass army of dead people.
Yep.
She's like, they stupid.
Yeah, that sounds like Alex.
Yeah. But no, I think it's going to be interesting. I'm curious who's going to die. I think Dondarrion is finally going to die here.
Yeah.
Thoros Amir I could see dying.
Yeah.
I don't feel like the Hound is.
No.
John's not, obviously.
Sir Friendzone is.
Jorah, I think we both think Jorah's dying. Who else? Who else we got? We got Gendry. I think Gendry's staying alive because why else bring back Gendry?
Yeah.
If you're just going to kill him off. And I would be pissed if Tormund died.
Yeah.
Because I like him, and I want to see him and Brienne get together, because he's always like, did you bring back the big one? The big lady? He's like, no, I did not bring back Brienne of Tarth.
Well, I'm going to be excited to see how this all plays out there. We got 2 episodes left, and there are 2 longest episodes.
Good.
One at an hour and 15 minutes, and then the finale at
is it 90?
At hour and a half, yeah.
Okay.
The next episode, the hour and 15, is going to be called "Death is the Enemy."
Well, that's what they said on the previews.
Yeah.
That's what they exactly verbatim what they said. So That makes sense. You know what's interesting, too? They were so dumb to go up there for this foolhardy plan to begin with that only, I think, if I'm not mistaken, only one of them has Valyrian steel.
Yeah.
And that's John.
Well, did they took back some...
Did they take Dragonglass?
They did take some. They were packing some stuff up, which
Okay.
I assumed was Dragonglass.
I guess it would be, because, they were still mining Dragonglass,
Yeah.
but I mean, that's a quick jump for them to suddenly have created Dragonglass.
Yeah.
I mean, I think Beric Dondarrion is going to have some sort of power. I mean, you saw the flaming blade.
Yeah.
So I think
That was cool.
That is cool. I mean, that's the whole Lord of Light thing.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting, but everybody else, like, it's just going to be Jon. Jon's going to be the only person that's going to be able to kill any White Walker that comes into play, and we saw them fighting White Walkers.
Yeah. So it'd be interesting to see. So, well, what say you, Matt? You got time to stick around and do some box office again, or you got to get going?
Let's do box office.
All right, well, we're going to take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we'll do a little bit of the box office.
Hi, my name is Dr. Jordan Hart, and I am the owner and sole doctor at Athletic Edge Chiropractic. And at Athletic Edge, we offer a variety of services to help you basically be the best that you can be. So we are a chiropractic office. We offer full chiropractic services, including extremity work, as well as a variety of soft tissue techniques and deep tissue laser therapy. So if you're in need of some body work, give me a call, 214-883-9550. My email is drhartdfw@gmail.com.
Hey Jackass Nation fans, this is Trey from The Offshoots. If you can, please go subscribe to The Offshoots Network, where you'll be able to pick up shows like the one you are currently listening to. Plus you'll get The Offshoots, The Nigel Rabbit Show, Bootleg Radio, The Lucha Lounge with Steve DeMarco, Talking Smack with Christopher Hayden, and so much more coming down the pike. As we grow, we want you to grow with us. Please go subscribe.
All right, we're back here. So that was a very interesting box office that we had this weekend. Last week, Matt, you had Annabelle coming in at number 1.
I did.
Dark Tower at number 2.
I believe so.
Dunkirk at number 3.
Can't remember.
The Nut Job at number 4.
Okay.
And then Girls Trip at number 5.
Sounds like me.
I went Annabelle at number 1, Nut Job at number 2, Dark Tower at 3, Girls Trip at 4, and Dunkirk at 5.
That is all accurate.
We were completely off.
Were we?
We got Annabelle right.
Okay.
As Annabelle did come in at number 1, pulling in. Let me pull it up here. We did all right. It did pretty good. I know that. I know it was a hit. $35 million,
which is that's admirable for a horror movie.
More than double their budget.
Yeah,
so.
And I love that our very own Dustin of Cinelinks, he came out and was like, is it just like assumed that all horror movies need to be rated R now? Because I just watched Annabelle, and not one thing in that movie should have been rated R.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, coming in second, we had Dunkirk.
Okay, so I was already wrong.
Yep, pulling in $10 million to add. They're down 36% from last week, with now having a total gross of $153
nice.
On a $100 million budget.
Yeah,
so
they made a profit.
Well, not necessarily, because you still have kickbacks.
Oh, sure.
to the theaters and whatnot.
Right.
They probably need to maybe pull in another $50 million before they start making an actual profit.
This is probably one of Nolan's, I guess, least earning movies that he's made in the modern era.
Yeah.
Like, of course, we can't talk about his older stuff because that was like indie and stuff like that. But since he came out and created like Dark Knight and stuff, this obviously is the least amount of money he's made.
Definitely. Well, pulling in at the number 3 spot is...
Oh, that's gross.
What?
The money that they earned for a number 3 spot. Continue.
No, oh yeah. Number 3 spot, Nutty by Nature, pulling in $8 million.
Yeah. I'm sure the budget for that was a lot higher.
Yeah, the budget's not on box office Mojo, so I'm not exactly sure what the budget for it was.
I mean, to do anything like with that art style and animation and stuff, I would assume it would be like at least like 15 million or 20 million.
Probably, yeah. That's what you would be expecting.
And then you got Jackie Chan and all those guys.
Online, it says 40 million.
Oh.
So.
That's awful. That's gross.
Not good. Not good. Number 4, we got the Dark Tower. Pulling in 7 million, down nearly 60% from last week.
Jeez, that's horrible.
Yeah.
That may kill the series right there.
Yep. And Girls Trip actually stays in at number 5.
That was my number 5 spot.
That must have been adjusted because on Monday, Emoji Movie was at number 5.
Oh, I see what happened. Look at it. So I think between that time, it was just a short difference.
Yeah.
So
they must
made up the difference.
Because, Monday's kind of an adjusted number. You don't exactly know because Sunday's not completely all in.
So
now but if you
to explain,
looking at this,
Emoji Movie earned 6.4 million. Girls Trip earned 6.5 million.
Well, yeah, exactly. Girls Trip only down 43%, giving it $97 million on a $19 million budget. That's good. That's really good for them. So I bet we can assume we're going to see a sequel. Because
yeah, and those are super easy to make.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Well, coming out this weekend, we have The Hitman's Bodyguard.
Which that's earning a lot more... I guess it's getting a lot more promo than I thought it was initially.
I haven't watched anything since the first trailer because I loved the first trailer and I was like, this looks really good, but it's comedy. I only watch one trailer for comedy.
Sure.
Because I don't want to be seeing all the damn jokes.
I'm still not sold on seeing it just yet. Like, it just kind of seems a little hokey to me.
Yeah, I'm probably going to go Friday morning and catch it.
I think the big draw this week is going to be Logan Lucky.
Yeah, Logan Lucky hits this week, and I'm really excited for it. I was really wishing I could have gone to that damn press screening, but I just couldn't. I had too much going on. I couldn't make the damn press screening, which really sucked.
Yeah,
I'm excited about that.
Well, also, it was early morning, which was really weird. Like, why would you do a morning thing for a thing like Logan Lucky, a movie like Logan Lucky? So...
But man, does it look good, man.
It does.
James Bond looks awesome.
Daniel Craig, Adam Driver looks great. Channing Tatum looks good, too.
I love Channing Tatum. Almost everything he's in, I'm on board. I think he's good. I have not seen the Magic Mikes. I won't watch
I haven't seen those either.
But
this looks funny. And it's a heist movie, too. And I love heist movies.
Oh, me too.
Yeah, so that one looks... I think that one's going to take number 1.
Yeah.
Like, I know we're going to go into top 5. We're about to... Do you want us to just jump into that?
Let's do it. Let's do it.
I will say Logan Lucky comes in at number 1.
Okay. So Logan Lucky at 1.
Yeah. I will say Hitman's Bodyguard is 2. And then, let's see. Let me go over the box office. Who did well last time. I'll give Annabelle Creation at number 3. Let's go Dunkirk 4. And then number 5, oh man, can Girls Trip maintain a number 5 spot?
That's tough.
Or the Nut Job 2. I'm going to give it to the Nut Job 2.
Yeah.
I'm going to say, because it was only 1 week that they were out, so I will give Nut Job 2 number 5 spot.
All right, well, I'm to switch it up from you, I'm going to put Hitman at number 1.
Okay.
Because I think a comedy has a more chance of getting people into the theaters more than it's kind of Logan Lucky's kind of an independent film.
Yeah, and the name draw of Ryan Reynolds and Samuel L. Jackson should pull a lot of people.
And it just feels like Logan Lucky feels a lot like the other guys.
Sure.
Which did not do as well as it should have done in theaters. Mm-hmm. So I'll go Hitman and then Logan Lucky with Annabelle there at 3rd. Dunkirk at 4th, and because I'm going to have faith in humanity, which I probably shouldn't, but I'm going to, I'm going to go Girls Trip, just because I no.
5 weeks, though. That'll have been 5 weeks that it's out. To stay at the number 5 spot, that would be a lot to ask of a movie.
Yeah, true, but I don't... look, most people who have seen Annabelle and Dunkirk, I've probably already seen it. So I think Dunkirk and Girls Trip are going to be just like Emoji Movie and Girls Trip.
Sure.
Right.
Neck and neck.
Neck and neck right there for, 6 million or so.
We're in the part of movie season where it's just going to get really slow soon.
We're waiting on Oscar season.
Yes.
That's what we're waiting for right now. And we got a couple more blockbusters that's going to hit a little bit out there. We still have Thor. We still have Justice League and all that.
But that'll be what? November is Thor. And then is it October is Justice League, if I'm not mistaken.
No, I'm pretty
or is
sure,
it September?
I'm pretty sure Justice League is in November too.
Is it November?
Let me check here.
I felt like it was October.
Justice League.
Because I remember I was surprised.
November 17th.
Wow. Okay, so the same month as Thor?
Yep. I think just a week apart.
That's horrible. That's terrible timing.
Yeah, 1 week apart because Thor comes out on November 3rd.
That's horrible timing by DC. Why did Warner Brothers do that?
I don't know. It might not be because it's the week. If it was the week before, yeah, but the week after, people might go see. Wonder Woman had such great.
It did.
So it now, and we're a real "what have you done for me lately" kind of feel.
True.
So there's a good chance that people are going to go. Wonder Woman was really good, and we're ramping up the marketing of Wonder Woman in this.
That's true. Well, also because we're not sure if Ben Affleck is going to be moving on.
Yeah.
And so it's probably the best idea to start marketing your other big star, which has become Gal Gadot.
And we have the point that, Ben just said that he just came out and talked again about it and talking about how Justice League is a product of two great directors now. And how excited he is and he's never been on a movie that's been worked like this and stuff like that. So it's cool to see him once again getting on board, promoting this. We still don't know what's going to happen with him, where he's going to lie as the Batman.
Yeah,
but
I'm curious to see if we will know which parts are Joss Whedon and which parts are Zack Snyder. I'm
willing to bet that all the action scenes are sticking as is, and all the other scenes are being anyone that's like emotional and character driven is Joss Whedon.
Yeah,
that's how. And what's going to suck is I know we're all going to be sitting there just going, that's Josh. That's Josh. Oh, this is Zach. This is Zach.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be doing that during the damn movie. I just want to watch. And what really sucks is only one director can get credit for it, and
it's going to be probably Joss, right?
Whoever did,
he finished the movie.
It's going to whoever did 51%.
Ooh. Then it might be Zach.
Yeah.
It'll most likely be Zach.
And that's because of the DGA, the rules and whatnot. You can't.
Which I'm sure Joss is fine with. He doesn't care. He'll probably just come in as like an executive producer or something like that. Yeah. So. Or a contributor or whatever it is. But I'm excited for this movie. I'm excited for Thor Ragnarok, but that's an obvious statement for anybody to make. But I'm excited for Justice League because I don't care if I'm going to go in thinking, Joss, is this Joss? Is this Zach? Who is it? Yeah. I'm not going to really care too much about that. So long as it's a better plot, it's a better overall story, and overall, just great experience than what BVS was. Because that's the last real buddy team-up thing we've seen.
What I can think of is Thor Ragnarok, I know it's going to be good.
Yes.
I know that.
Yeah.
Justice League, I hope it's good. There's a big difference in how I feel about the two.
Yeah.
I know I have no worries about Thor because it's Marvel and they've never let me down so far.
The other Thor movies weren't the best when you compare it to everybody else.
Thor 1 is one of my favorites. Until Winter Soldier, it was one of my all-time favorites.
It's not for me because I felt like it deserved to be more in Asgard.
Yeah.
But I mean, that's neither here nor there.
But then when I watch Thor: The Dark World,
terrible.
While I think it was not a good movie, I still have fun watching it because I love Thor so much.
Sure, he's a great character, but
it goes back to the same thing with Age of Ultron. Age of Ultron was not a great movie. I have so much fun in that world that they have built.
My problem with Age of Ultron, I liked it to an extent, but all the fingerprints that you can see on that movie were it was glaring, and I didn't like it.
Yeah.
And it wasn't Joss's fingerprints, it was
Studio.
Oh yeah, we need to add this, we need to do this, let's have this, guys. No, Studio needs to just get away. Go back. Let it happen.
But yeah, I mean, and so I'm really excited for Taika Waititi's vision of this, and what's going to help it out a lot in the box office is it's what we said, like an hour and a half, maybe a little longer, hour 40 maybe.
Yeah.
You know how many times you can show that in one day?
A lot.
You can loop that over and over and over.
So it's going to make some money.
Yeah, while Justice League, I believe, is over 2 hours.
Yeah, I believe it was like 2:15, something like that. I'm not completely certain on that, but I know it's over 2 hours.
Let's see here. 2 hours and 50 minutes.
50?
Yeah.
Oh, that's a 3-hour movie.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so now you have to dedicate 3 hours of your time because including previews and all that, like, oh, Warner Brothers, what the hell?
Now,
that's a lot of movie.
I would like Thor Ragnarok to be 3 hours. You know, I want all of these movies because I'll sit and watch them all damn day.
Sure, but not a lot of people will.
Yeah,
like,
exactly.
You will.
I will.
That's fine, but you're a movie goer.
Yes.
A lot of people, like, and in this day and age, you put a 3-hour movie in front of them, they're just like, ugh. Like, that's why half the people hate Lord of the Rings.
Exactly.
It's not because that the movie was bad, or that they thought, like, oh, elves and orcs are stupid. It's because it was so damn long. Like, I love the Lord of the Rings franchise.
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong. But they are long movies. My wife can't get through, like, even one of them. And I'm like, honey, it's a great experience. You have to experience it. She can't because it's 3 hours. A lot of other people are going to see this time duration and be like, nope, just can't count me out.
Thor Ragnarok is 100 minutes.
Wow, that's an hour and 40.
Yeah.
That's not a lot of movie.
Which is weird because I felt like they had a lot to do.
Sure.
With that post-credit scene in Doctor Strange.
And even the previews that we've seen so far.
Like, there seems like there's a lot they've got to go do in this movie.
Yeah, you've got to defend Asgard. You've got to prevent Ragnarok. You've got to go to the Gladiator place.
You have to find Odin.
You have to find Odin. You have to bring back Hulk.
You have to figure out that Loki is Odin.
Yeah.
Then you have to go talk with Doctor Strange.
Yep.
To find Odin.
This is a lot of things.
So, yeah.
I feel like this is going to be a breakneck movie.
Yeah.
Just, like, fast, quick. And then you have
going.
to set up what happens for Avengers.
Exactly.
Because you saw what happened to San Diego. You saw that the Thor hits the windshield
and it looks,
of the Guardians of the Galaxy.
Like I said, it looks like Thor is in the same garb that he's in Ragnarok.
Right.
So and as fun as Ragnarok looks, I think it ends bad. I think Empire Strikes Back us.
Oh, sure.
And we save the day, but we lose something.
Yeah, I agree. I think I could see Idris Elba dying in this one.
Oh, don't say no.
I mean, they've kind of been hinting at it for a long time now.
But no.
I could see that happening.
And that's my favorite part of the Dark World, where he's running and he jumps and brings that whole ship down. He's like, yeah. And then all those other ones show up behind him. It's like, damn.
I mean, you've got the goddess of death. You've got Hela there. So somebody's going to die.
Yeah. Now, is Hela... Is that Thanos' death?
Hela?
Yeah. Because we know Thanos is in love with death. Is this the incarnation, or is...
You're asking the wrong guy, to be honest, because
Jason on
I'm not the comic guy.
Yeah.
Let me see. I'm putting it in the Googles.
Into the Googles to see if we can figure it out. Because, like that, like he said, I didn't read comics as a kid, so I don't know. I know that Thanos is in love with death, and I kind of just assumed that Hela was the death that he was in love with, because I'd be in love with her too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I know what you're saying. Deadpool's also in love with death, but his version of death is very different than Hela. So I don't know.
Well, we'll check with Jason and figure that out.
Yeah.
Let's see here. All right. Well, I guess that's it for our box office talk. Guys, I love being able to sit here and talk to you guys, whether it's on It Is What It Is, or Jackass Reviews, or Go Home, or even Jackass 1, a Star Wars podcast. I love having conversations with you guys right here on the Podbean channel, on all my different podcasts, on the Jackass Nation. And being able to do that has been quite difficult, but I got to thank a lot of you guys for making it a little bit easier on me. And you know how you do that? You do that by working with Amazon, because Amazon has come to me. They've come to the Jackass Nation, and they said, hey, we want to help you out. We want to make sure to keep everything on your Podbean channel completely free of charge, so that the Jackass Nation can check out all your different shows and not have to pay a single dime to hear your opinions on whatever it is you want to talk about. All you got to do is use this link. And so what this link is that you can find in all the description of every podcast I have, as well as on my Twitter, normally pinned to the top of the profile. Sometimes there's something else there, but I always tweet. I like to tweet it out on Tuesdays around the time I wake up, but it has the link that you click on and it takes you to Amazon. Now what this link does is it just takes you to Amazon. It doesn't take you to like my specific Amazon, it doesn't take you anything else. It just takes you to Amazon. Instead of typing in www.amazon.com, all you do is click this link, maybe even go and bookmark. Once you click the link, then hit that bookmark, and then every time you go to Amazon, use that link, and whenever you buy something, Amazon says, hey, this guy bought it from the Jackass Nation link, therefore, he is a listener of the Jackass Nation. So, let's give a little bit of money back to the podcast channel so that they can continue to provide all of the content free of charge. That's right. Amazon throws back to me just because you clicked on a link and bought from there. It doesn't make anything more expensive. It's still the exact same price as it would be. There's no upcharges or surcharges or hidden fees. It's just Amazon, and they're just saying, this guy's a listener of the Jackass Nation, and they like to use Amazon, so let's give back to the Jackass Nation. Let's make sure everyone continues to get all this content absolutely free of charge. So once again, make sure to click that link in the description of this video or on my Twitter. All right, so coming up tomorrow, right here on the Jackass Nation, we have Go Home WWE SummerSlam. Matt should be a part of it, if I'm not mistaken.
I'll be there.
I think Jason and probably Rob will be on as well.
I'm not sure Rob knows what's going on per se, but I think he kind of has an idea.
But you know, he says
he has a hot take.
Jason doesn't know what's going on either. He stopped watching.
He stopped watching.
Oh, he turned off he deleted the WWE app or network.
Really?
After the last pay-per-view. Because he didn't like the storyline they were going with. I'm done with this crap. It was terrible.
So, but he's got Hulu, so I don't know.
He hadn't been watching it all.
Why?
But he's like, well, I'm gonna go ahead and get it back for SummerSlam.
What? He just didn't like that Samoa Joe didn't win?
I guess. I don't remember. I remember. I think you were out of town during it.
I was on my honeymoon.
Yeah, and I was making fun of him really hard for it.
Oh, okay.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah.
So
I was curious. I didn't ask like what happened after because I was just gonna watch it. But then, yeah. Like, I even remember I woke up at 5 o'clock in the morning, and I'm unpacking, and I'm watching Great Balls of Fire, because I'm like, I gotta keep up. I gotta pay attention to what happened.
But, yeah, so he should be back, and we'll get to hear his great opinions of it. It's so fun. It's funny to have Jason on here.
It's like my buddy Cameron, who had never seen Cloverfield, and was just like, this is the stupidest movie ever. I'm like, have you watched it? No, I'm not going to, because it looks stupid. I'm like, yeah, that reminds me about what's going to happen on Go Home.
I actually kind of agree with him about Cloverfield. I hate
Cloverfield was good, except for T.J. Miller, who was pissing me off the entire time.
Oh, he was the only... Well, no, the girl was really hot. The
girl was hot. But like the whole, oh, God, guys, we need to be quiet. Ah!
It gives me a headache to watch it.
Oh, yeah.
Now, 10 Cloverfield Lane, incredible.
Well, that was a produced movie.
Yes.
Yeah, that was a great movie. So. Oh, man.
All right, yeah, but we got Go Home, and then as well tomorrow night it goes down. It is Mario Kart Madness. We got LLP, who, if y'all don't remember, he was my second tag team partner. Oh. We were Cash and Larry.
Nice. That's perfect.
I know, right?
That's a great name.
We only had like 2 or 3 matches.
Yeah.
But I used to throw him at people. It was great.
Yes.
It was great.
That's awesome.
We also have Kingsman Michael Schaefer in the house. Matt's in the tournament.
Yep.
LA, Ashley Marchand,
APAJ, and then Robin Trophy.
And Mr. Robin
and
Trophy.
We have a mystery contender.
Right. We have a contender. And then, in the main event, I finally get what is rightfully mine, what has been mine since day one of this, even though I've been the uncrowned champion. Thank you, Matt.
Nobody has a championship.
Look, you gave it to Zach on air. Okay? Whether he has it in his possession now or not,
I did.
You gave it to him on air.
I watched the recap or the replay, and I was like, "Oh, I did do that." Yeah, you're right.
Yes,
I did do that.
And he held it, and he has it in some of. He's been on What the Force with it.
Yes.
Not when I'm in the house building.
No. But I did like y'all's little confrontation that you had on What the Force.
Exactly.
Of course, I'm tired of LA just being like that one trick pony of, well, y'all guys are just lucky I'm not playing. Yes, we know, LA. It's not about you, but I love the interaction that you two have.
I love that it did end with me and Zach both going, LA, shut up. All right? You haven't won anything yet. We won tournaments. Yes. You haven't won anything.
For real.
Shut up.
Oh, but now LA's coming in as the number 1 seed because of how well he did. So it's going to be interesting to see if he can, have that same success in this one and try to pull off the win. So let me ask you, you are the odds-on favorite. Let's just say you win, just hypothetically. Let's say you win. Out of the people that are involved in this tournament, who are you most nervous about playing next?
Nervous? Well,
who do you not want to win?
Actually, oddly enough, the one I'm most nervous about is the one I want to win too.
Okay.
I want LA to win.
Oh, interesting.
Because I want to destroy LA.
All right.
And if he wins, I know what game I'm picking for us to play in this tournament. Now, I'm not going to announce it just yet.
Okay, yeah, keep your cards close to the vest.
But I know what game it will be.
All right.
And he will get slaughtered. And he will cry. It will be great.
All right, well, it's going to be interesting to find out who wins all of this. I'm really excited for it. We're going to be at Nerdvana. It's going to be 8 o'clock at Nerdvana, and we're going to be on the Cinelinx YouTube, Cinelinx Facebook, and Cinelinx Twitch. So you're going to want to keep it on all of those things to find out who wins the whole thing. And this is something I've been looking forward to since like the last tournament.
Exactly, and hell, if you want, come out to Nerdvana and hang out with us and watch us play live.
Yeah, we will be on the screens. You just listen to the commentary. Whatever you want to do, we will be there for you to enjoy the entire experience because it's going to be a fun one for sure.
It will. So, we're excited. All right, Matt, where can the people of the Jackass Nation find you?
You can find me at Move the Joystick, MoveTheJoystick. It's just Move the Joystick. It's easy one to say. Move the Joystick on Instagram and on Twitter. You can also find me on Cinelinx, Cinelinx.com. Movies, games, that's us. So, that's where you can find me. Also, SCNS on Thursday nights, which is where we are going to have a show this week.
Tonight.
Tonight. We're going to also be on Go Home, What the Force. I'm not sure if we're doing What the Force, if we're going to be doing the other one. But anyway, you can find me on all of those.
So, very exciting. That's right.
Oh, and Channel Control.
Channel Control, that's right.
Yep.
Are you actually going to show up to Channel Control?
I don't know. We'll see if I'm not flying out somewhere. Yeah, that'd be great.
I was actually in studio this past week for Channel Control.
Oh, good.
And I was like, holy crap, I can't believe I'm here.
I will probably be there.
So, all right, good. That means I can sleep and not go.
Go! No! You need to be there, too. It's been so long since all three of us have been there. The three amigos of television.
Oh, anyway, that's right. Thank you, Cinelinx, once again for powering It Is What It Is. I'm always honored to have the show on the site now, so that's what's up. Also, y'all know where to find me at Real Jackass BC. That's RealJackassBC on all social medias, whether it's Snapchat, Instagram, Facebook, or Twitter. Hell, you can find me on Xbox Live at Real Jackass BC. If you're playing Injustice, you can join my guild on Xbox Live. All you gotta do is search Jackass Nation, all one word, and you too can be on a team with your boy, the Jersey Jackass.
They gave you so much crap for that.
They did.
On What
haters.
the Force.
Such haters.
I'm in Orlando, and I was like, okay, I'm going to watch the What the Force podcast. And I'm watching it, and I'm like, aww. Because they called it like the nerdiest thing you've ever said.
Exactly. I was so disappointed. I was like, come on, guys. Like, join my guild. It's awesome. It's the Jackass. And the more people that join, the more points we get in the multiverse.
Nice.
So, I need people to join us.
Yes.
But anyway, all right, y'all hear that go home music. We're getting on out of here. Thank you, Matt, for joining me. And you guys remember, we'll see you next week. And it is what it is.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for listening to It Is What It Is with the Jackass. Follow BC on Twitter at RealJackassBC. Subscribe on Podbean.com to Jackass Nation. And subscribe to the Offshoots Network on iTunes. Views and opinions expressed by BC do not necessarily reflect those of the Offshoots or Podbean. We'll see you next time on It Is What It Is.